Pregame for both 2 and 3 person officiating. As you can see, our pregame and pre-second half positions for a 2 person officiating crew has both our referee and umpire at the 28-foot marks. They're not regulated to be at these marks. They can be anywhere in between the 28-foot lines, having discussions about plays, rules, game situations, things of that magnitude during the pregame and coming out of half while waiting for the beginning of the second half. Of course, there are a myriad of duties, roles, and responsibilities that both of these officials must observe, and we will get into those duties, roles, and responsibilities momentarily. Here are our pregame and coming out half positions for a crew of 3. Our umpires will be at the 28-foot marks, which is similar to the positions of a 2 person officiating crew. Our referee or crew chief will be at the division line. Again, as we just talked about, you're not regulated to these positions as long as you're somewhere between the 28-foot marks. You could be having discussions about the game coming out of half, plays, rules, things of that nature, things of that magnitude. Each official is responsible for observing one of the 2 teams during the pregame. Some officials like to do the team opposite of them diagonally. Some officials like to observe the teams that are on their particular side. Does not really matter as long as you pregame that beforehand. As our crew chief goes to the scorer's table to begin the responsibilities for which he is in charge, you notice he communicates with both of the umpires to see how many players are on the floor for each team. Now, we know they're bench personnel by rules, but we use players just for this video. The thing that must be at the table provided for each team and complete are rosters, not necessarily the scorebook. The team rosters must be complete when the crew chief goes to the scorer's table. We want to ensure that we have multiple game balls and they are the appropriate game balls for the teams that are playing, be it women or men. We also want to make sure that they are also properly inflated. We want to check the game clock to ensure that it's properly working. We want to make sure that the score and the foul count indicators are properly working, the period is properly working, and if applicable in your state, country, or territory, we want to ensure that the shot clock is working as well. Other duties include ensuring that the benches are in the proper place, the scorer's table is in the proper place, that there is a clear marking of the substitution area properly marked, that the lines and markings on the court are visible, the players are not interacting with opposing players during this time, and that they are not infringing on the other team's side of the court. Depending on the level of play, the state that you're in, country you're in, territory that you're in, there may be different times in which your officiating crew will have a pregame conference. For this particular crew in the state of Georgia for an NFHS contest, at the 3-minute mark prior to the start of the contest, they will have a pregame conference at the division line circle. You can see as the players or captains for each team greet each other, the head coaches greet each other, as well as the officials, the crew chief will be in the middle of this pregame conference at the division line circle, and each umpire will take a spot alongside each team's captains, representatives, and head coaches. At the bare minimum, what should happen in a pregame conference with captains, team representatives, and head coaches are greetings among not only opposing players and head coaches, but greetings with the officials as well. And if nothing else is addressed in the pregame conference, the two things that we as an officiating crew should address are legal and proper equipment of all potential participants in the contest and sportsmanship among all participants in the contest for both teams. That includes the players that will actually play in the game and all bench personnel. In my pregame conferences, I like to give the captains and the coaches opportunities to ask questions and make inquiries. I also like to address with all participants how we can respectfully engage with one another throughout the contest.